Welcome back. You've joined the end of a HOG Auckland Chapter ride. We've just been visiting the Bayview Hotel garden bar at Kaiaua, and we're leaving via the back entrance, making our way home, and that's what this video is going to be about. The story behind it is the ride travelling along the East Coast Road in a generally northerly direction before getting onto the Kawakawa-Oreri road, which is a nice hilly and twisty bush-clad stretch of road that will take us out into Kawakawa Bay. We've got a little bit of riding to get to before that, but that is going to be the point of this video. So we head along the East Coast Road. You can see there's a couple of ways out of the Bayview Hotel. You can go north or south. We've chosen to go north. It takes us along this lovely ride with Firth of Thames on the right. Kaiaua has a smallish resident population, and it doesn't take too long heading along the East Coast Road before you start to run out of seeing residences and just run into the more typical New Zealand, or at least North Island New Zealand, sparsely populated coastal road. To the right of us is the Firth of Thames, which is the body of water between the mainland, North Island, and the Coromandel Peninsula, which is across the other side of the water there. This road, I think the last time we travelled this, it was actually an okay day, but it had been wet, and a few weeks before this there had been some pretty decent rains that had come along, and you can see that these hillsides here are not the most stable and they're prone to slipping, and that's certainly what's happened around the corner here. There's got a sign warning us that the road is reduced to one lane while they undergo some road restoration and some hillside strengthening, I would dare say. Anyway, as I mentioned, across the water to the right there, you might be able to see it, it's the Coromandel Peninsula. Looking forward to having a ride around there in the first week or so of January. I think there's a ride from the Auckland HOG Chapter that's going to be doing the Coromandel Loop. Must-do ride for any motorbike riders in the North Island, well worth the time. But we'll soon be in this video leaving the coast road and heading a little bit more inland as we cut across towards the general direction of Clevedon, but to get there we have to go by a little settlement called Kawakawa Bay. Now to get there we travel along through the Kawakawa-Oreri road, which you can see we've just slipped to here. And this is one that I've featured in an earlier video, coming from the other direction, kind of travelling in a more southerly direction from Kawakawa Bay, heading towards Kaiaua. And I titled that one, I'll link it through in this video somewhere, but I titled that one 30 corners 3 minutes or something like that. And yeah, there's still going to be around about 30 corners in around about 3 minutes. Doesn't matter which direction you're going, north or south, the amount of corners are the same. And it's a enjoyable little ride. Bush-clad road. It's in generally good nick. In fact, it's certainly better riding through it in summertime than winter, because the road is in better shape. It's dry. There's no green tops anywhere, and to be honest, the road also seems to be a little bit, I might have done some maintenance on this road since the last time I came through, because some of these tight corners were really rutted. They weren't in very good shape at all, but it's all looking pretty good right at the moment. Now you'll be able to see just ahead of us, the ride leader's now caught up some traffic. In fact, it's a horse float that we're stuck behind, for want of a better word, going through these roads. They're making pretty good pace, to be fair. There's really no chances to overtake anybody through here, so you've really got to wait. And with horse floats particularly, or any kind of livestock that you're travelling behind, you do need to be as well mindful that your bikes could definitely spook or or cause some, alarm for animals that are being transported. Now, horses are particularly vulnerable in float trailers. If you've got some fella going past who decides, well, I'm going to show them who's the boss and rev like hell on the bike, well, that's just being a dick. You don't need to do that. Ride through carefully, glide past smoothly whenever you get the chance to, but don't do anything that's going to upset the animals, because they can get spooked in there. There's not much room. They can get hurt. Nobody wants that. So anyway, we're just tucked in behind the horse float, making our way down the hills. We're all having a nice ride. It's a good day. No one's getting hurt. Now we've pretty much merged out of the Twisties now, and coming out onto the more flat land, heading towards the coast. There's still not really a whole lot of opportunities anywhere to overtake safely, so we're still just tucked in behind the horse float, but having a good time. This is a nice road, very enjoyable no matter what kind of pace you go, and we're by no means crawling along here. It's a pretty good clip. But as it turns out, further ahead there's a little bit of a corner where the driver of the horse float does find an opportunity to pull over, takes it, and lets us all have a chance to just stream on by. So we do so in a smooth fashion, give a wave out to the guys we do, and only after we're well clear of the horse and trailer, just give the bike a little bit of a wake up to get back to, up to the speed limit. Now, next up we're coming into Kawakawa Bay, where once again we come back to the water, turning left, and this takes us up the Cleveton-Kawakawa Road, which pretty much signals that this video has come to an end. I've shown you the parts that I wanted to show you, and we'll let this video just run itself out. So on that note, we'll let this go. We'll pick up with another video next week. In the meantime, take care out there, ride safe, have fun.